Let us be honest for a moment. Most of us don't struggle with meeting people. What we struggle with is finding the people who feels like home, people who understand you, people who you don't have to explain yourself to, people who you can fully be yourself around without the fear of being misunderstood. I've noticed that you can surround yourself with a lot of people and then you still feel lonely. You can have good conversations, good vibe, laughter, you share a lot of moments, but still you feel like something is missing. And that's because connection is not about proximity, it's about depth. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Rachel. If you're new here, I talk about my life journey, growth, and honest conversations, the kind of conversations that we don't always have out loud. So if this sounds like something you like, don't forget to subscribe and share this video with someone who might enjoy it. Now, let us get into today's conversation. One of the biggest lessons that I've learned about friendship is that everyone is not your friend. Not everyone in your life is your friend. And I didn't learn this easily. I learned it in a hard way. I learned it when people I genuinely call friends didn't see me the same way. At that time, it's really hard because in my mind, we were already friends. I mean, we've shared a lot of beautiful moments. We had good vibes. We laughed. So I assumed that the connection meant the same thing for both of us, but it didn't. And that's when I realized something important. We don't all define friendship the same way. And that's why we need to normalize being clear about our relationship. You see, it's okay to say, oh, she's my church member. Oh, he's my colleague. Oh, she's in my group. She's my group member. Because just because you guys shared a few good moments with someone, you have good vibes, good laughter, that does not automatically make that person your friend. And this is not about you being cold or you being distant. It's just about you being honest about what the relationship actually means. When we call everyone we meet friends, we start carrying some expectations that were never actually agreed on. So I'm going to share an experience I had in the past with you. There was a time where someone I thought were already friends asked me a question that honestly offended me at first. She said, Rachel, why do you really want to be my friend? I was like, wait, what? I thought we were already friends. At that time, I didn't understand it. I thought, why would I even need to explain that? But now looking back, I realized it wasn't a bad question at all. It was necessary. It was a way of seeking clarity, just like I had needed to understand our friendship. And it made me see that friendship isn't about just good vibes. It's about being intentional. It's about knowing where both of you stand in the friendship. It's about you defining the relationship so no one gets hurt or disappointed. And guys, that is what I want to share with you today, that friendship is not automatic. It's chosen, it's defined, and it goes when both people are honest and intentional. I'm going to share with you another story. So there was a day I had a deep conversation with my sister-in-law about friendship. That conversation felt like therapy for me. I needed it. And I really enjoyed it. Okay, so I was venting to her about the experiences, let me say the not so good experiences that I've had with friends in the past. And I was telling her how much I long for the real, honest, and deep friendship. Friends who feels like family, who you can really be yourself with. And she asked me, okay, tell me, what exactly do you want in your friend? So I told her, yeah, I want a friend who is like a sister to me. I want someone I can completely be open with. I want someone I can tell anything to without holding back. A friend who celebrates me and also calls me out when it is needed. I also told her that it's not just going to be about me. I also want to be that kind of friend. I want to be supportive. I want to celebrate them. I want to hold them accountable, be there through thick and thin, and basically just showing up for each other and working through life together. And you know what she said? She said, no, dear, these are the things that you see in family and not friends. Like, oh, okay. So she meant that this kind of deep care and deep constant presence that I was hoping for is usually not seen in friends. It's seen in family. So she said friends will definitely celebrate with you, laugh with you, hang out with you. But the kind of bond that I was describing to her, where someone truly knows you and stand with you no matter what, those are the kind of things that you find in family. And she explained that there are some limits to friendship, and definitely friends will come and they'll go. And she said family is home. That's the kind of love and support that lasts. So we didn't leave it there actually. Then she went further to ask me another question. She said, are you close with your family? She asked me, how is your relationship with your siblings? And at that moment, I just knew where the conversation was heading to. I knew that a bullet was about to hit me and there's no way I'm dodging it. So I just had to be completely honest with her. So I answered that question and said, no, I'm not all that close with my siblings. You know, we love each other, we celebrate each other, but at the same time, we all have our own differences. So we're not all that close. And it was like hitting the nail on the head, like, yeah, that's it, that is it. So maybe I'm trying to fill a void, I'm trying to fill an empty space that was not filled at home. Like, wow, I've never even thought about it that way. And I think in a way she's right. You know, she's right. I'm going to explain. It was one of those moments where you can't argue, you can't defend yourself. You just have to sit with it and be honest with yourself, you know. It felt heavy at first, but at the same time, it made a lot of sense. You know, we all have a way that we want to be loved. And when we can't get it where we expect it, we naturally look for it somewhere else. So yes, there was truth in what she said. Maybe yes, there's a gap, a space that hasn't been filled up, and I've been looking outside to find it. I've been looking outside to fill it up. Maybe that's why I'm a bit intense and intentional when it comes to friendship, because I've spent so much time longing for that kind of closeness and the care that doesn't always shows up where you expect it. So we ended the conversation at that, but those words stayed with me. I kept thinking about it. So I replayed it in my mind countless times. I asked myself a lot of questions like, okay, is this why I hold on tightly to certain friendships? Is this why I need them to feel real and feel deep? You know, and after giving it a lot of thought, there's something that I've come to understand, something very important, and I want to share with you today. Yes, we don't always find that closeness or that sisterhood in our family or siblings. And yes, we naturally look for it elsewhere. But that doesn't make us unworthy of that love. That doesn't mean that we don't deserve that deep and meaningful connection that we want. It just means that we learn to find it somewhere else because we don't get it in our family. And that is okay. That is completely okay. From my own experience, I've understood that family is not just about people who you're related to by blood. Family can also be the strangers, the people you meet, and they completely and truly sees you. They walk into your life and they chose you. They chose to show up consistently. And do you guys remember that scripture that says that God set the lonely in families? Do you know that scripture reminds me that yes, God is aware. God is aware that there's a void. He's aware that there's a gap in our hearts. He is aware of the empty spaces where we long to feel with love, where we long to feel heard and feel loved. So if you ever feel that emptiness in your heart, if you ever feel that space where love and care seems missing, or if you're like me and you long for real sisterhood, you long for friendship that is deep, friendship that is intentional, friendship that is meaningful, I want you to hear this clearly. You will find your own family. And sometimes they don't usually come in ways that we expect. Sometimes they come in unexpected ways. You find that stranger who would slowly become someone meaningful in your life. You'll find that work colleague who grows into a friend you can truly trust. You'll find that neighbor, that classmate, that person you never thought would matter, but over time they become part of your chosen family. And that journey, that process of you discovering those people, that process of you nurturing those connections and seeing them grow into your people, that is what I call finding your tribe. So here's the summary of my message to you today. Number one, don't be afraid to long for real friendship, real connection, sisterhood, meaningful friends. If you're looking for that deep connection, that intentional friend, you're looking for that sisterhood, this is my message to you today. You're not too intense. Right, you're not too intense, you're not asking for too much. It is doable, though it might be rare to find, but you'll definitely find your own tribe with patience and intentionality and honest in your heart. And number two, I want you to learn today that family is not only found in blood. Sometimes family is you choosing that friend, that stranger that would gradually become your friend, that will gradually come into your life and will fill the gaps in your heart. I want to encourage you to keep your heart open, be intentional, and trust the journey. Because when you finally find those people, when you finally find your tribe, it brings you joy, it brings you support, it brings home to you. That is all I have to share with you today, guys. Thank you so much for watching my video. If this message resonates with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. And I would love to hear from you guys. Please tell me in the comment section. Tell me about your experience with friends and let me know if you have found your tribe. Remember, it's okay for you to long for deep connection. It's okay for you to seek meaningful friendship. And above all, you're never too much. You're exactly who you're meant to be. And your tribe will find you. Yes, you will find your tribe. So I'm going to see you in the next video. This is Rachel. Bye.